short in Croatia concerning our activities within Supreme Project. We were directly involved in the component dealing with case studies. So, as for the framework we were working on, we basically relied on our existing MSP within the physical planning system. We positioned it somehow within the methodology developed by subcomponents within the Supreme Project. We also made some internal national reports within subcomponents, so we use this data for filling our partners with data about Croatia and everything that was necessary to complete the activities within other subcomponents. And also a big part of our methodology and involvement was the stakeholders' involvement. The results were somehow summed up in recommendations at the end of the process. So this is the roadmap we shared with all our partners on the Supreme Project, where we somehow made three steps within the planning process: the assessment phase, the analysis phase, and the planning phase. And so we followed our case study framework. And within each of the phases, we gave the relation to the subcomponents within the project. This is somehow the case study roadmap in detail. We also shared with our partners. So, as I mentioned at the beginning, we somehow relied on our spatial planning framework with the basic guidelines, meaning that spatial plans in Croatia are legally binding for all the interventions in the space, meaning that no construction can be made without the spatial plan. Then also the integral approach in spatial planning, meaning that it is interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary and polydisciplinary, as our professor of spatial planning used to say, meaning that all these professions are necessary to make a good spatial plan and a good spatial planning process. If only one of them is omitted, this process is not complete. Another guideline is that spatial plans include the maritime area and the coastal zone and the terrestrial part, of course. That our physical planning system, which relies on the Physical Planning Act, has clearly determined actors and stakeholders, so the stakeholder involvement in our case was also made under these provisions, and that we have clearly determined physical planning directions, and that the Croatian territory is entirely covered by spatial plans. So we somehow were in a position to sum up our existing MSP and to see what we have to do to fulfill all the requirements from MSP directive and other regulations dealing with spatial planning of maritime area. In this context, we made an analysis of spatial plans of all 7 coastal counties, just to have a review or overview of everything that is happening in this area, in the whole coastal part. In the physical planning system, we have the spatial development strategy, which gives the overall guidelines for spatial development. Then we have spatial plans, which are somehow subordinate legal acts. And the monitoring is made through territorial status reports on the national, regional and local levels. And we are building a physical planning information system, meaning that all the future plans will be made by means of GIS technology, and all of them will be presented in one place. So this is just a brief historical overview that shows that we somehow had these spatial plans, including maritime area and the coastal zone, for decades, and in somehow middle of 70s, we have a trial of making special maritime and coastal plans. So, what about the case study within our spatial planning framework? We were working in Dubrovnik-Neretva County area. We analyzed all the spatial plans that cover this area on national level and on regional level. We have all the plans made up to today. But as we are planning to make a so-called new generation of plans, we shall make the national state plan for spatial development on national level, and on national level also will be covered for the continental shelf and EFPZ zone, officially protected zone. So these two plans are the future plans, and all these three shown in the lower row are the existing plans. So about stakeholders' involvement, as I said, we relied on our physical planning system, and the choice of stakeholders was made according to this system. So on the national level we had B2B meetings with the majority of the public bodies. On the regional level we had some questionnaires sent to physical planning institutes, which were also involved in the process of Supreme, in a way that we tried to gather their experiences on spatial planning within coastal and maritime area. In the second round, we held 3 workshops in Dubrovnik on national, regional, and local and regional level. And this is something that shows the percentage. I put it that because although on the third workshop with local and regional stakeholders there is a low percentage, but these workshops are the most interesting ones. That's a paradox in fact. Something about these stakeholders involvement. During this second round of stakeholders involvement, we also made an area visit in the case study. We visited intentionally the salt works, the aquaculture areas, and the Delta Neretva Ramsar protected area. So, in the analysis phase, we analyzed the existing county spatial plan, and not only the county spatial plan, but all the plans existing in Dubrovnik-Neretva County concerning the Article 8 of MSP Directive. So these are just the examples of existing plans which deal with maritime area. This is only a spot of Malostonski Zaljev, Maloston Bay. So these are the pipelines. These are protected areas, both nature protected and cultural protected areas. These are also protected areas. The purple one is Posidonia. And this was the review of the existing spatial plans, and as the amendments to Dubrovnik-Neretva County spatial plans are in progress, we also use some thematic maps that were made during this process. So our county physical institute for physical planning made these nice maps of conflicts and resources on this area. At the next stage, we made some scenarios based on the spatial plans, on the existing spatial plan of Dubrovnik-Neretva County, just from the nature protection view, let's say so. This was not a thorough planning analysis, but only as an example, in order to see how to improve some tools, helping tools for spatial planners at the very beginning of spatial plan development. And so everything in the end ended with the recommendations for improving MSP procedures and processes in our country concerning development goals, visions and guidelines relating to spatial plans development, stakeholders involvement, data gaps, inconsistencies and availability. So this was somehow our approach and our lessons learned from our involvement in Supreme Project.